History is full of surprises, but some events are so strange you'd think they were made up. From bizarre battles to government-sponsored cats, these are the 10 strangest historical events that actually happened. We'll dive into the oddities that shaped our past and uncover the unbelievable truths behind them. In 1932, Australia went to war with emus, yes, actual birds. The military deployed soldiers with machine guns and still lost. The emus outmaneuvered them. Australia surrendered. The aftermath was a mix of embarrassment and humor. The public reaction included satirical cartoons and widespread media coverage, turning the Great Emu War into a legendary tale of military misadventure. In Strasbourg, 1518, dozens of people began dancing uncontrollably. For days. Some even danced to death. Doctors blamed hot blood, a common medical theory of the time. Some historians suggest mass hysteria or ergot poisoning, a hallucinogenic mold found in bread. The true cause remains a mystery, but the dancing plague is one of history's strangest events. After a violent clash over a poplar tree in the Korean DMZ, the US responded with a massive show of force. Helicopters, tanks, soldiers, all to chop down a single tree. This operation, known as Operation Paul Bunyan, was a show of military might intended to assert dominance and deter further aggression. The political implications were significant, as it demonstrated the lengths to which the US would go to protect its interests and maintain stability in the region. So, during World War II, the US military came up with a rather peculiar plan. They trained pigeons to guide missiles by, well, pecking at screens. The pigeons were conditioned to peck at a target, and their pecking would adjust the missile's trajectory. And you know what? It actually worked. The pigeons were incredibly accurate in tests. But in the end, the project was scrapped because, let's be honest, it sounded just too ridiculous. There were also other similar projects, like bats carrying incendiary bombs, which were equally bizarre and ultimately abandoned. Imagine this. During a hunting party, Napoleon's men released hundreds of rabbits for him to shoot. But instead of running away, the bunnies did something unexpected. They charged. Eyewitnesses reported that the rabbits swarmed Napoleon, leaping onto his coat and clinging to his legs, and believe it or not, Napoleon fled in humiliation. Quite the scene, right? Now here's a bizarre one from history. Pope Stephen VI put his predecessor, Pope Formosus, on trial. The only problem? The man was dead. They actually dressed his rotting corpse and, unsurprisingly, found him guilty. The trial was politically motivated as Stephen sought to invalidate Formosus's papacy. This was part of a larger power struggle within the church. The aftermath was chaotic, leading to Stephen's eventual downfall and death. It's one of those moments that makes you wonder, what were they thinking? Back in 1970, Oregon officials faced an unusual problem. They tried to dispose of a whale carcass with, believe it or not, dynamite. The planning involved several officials who believed the explosion would disintegrate the whale into small pieces. The result was, well, quite the spectacle. It rained blubber for hundreds of feet, and to top it all off, a car was crushed in the process. The public reaction was a mix of shock and amusement, as onlookers couldn't believe what they were witnessing. Quite the explosive situation, wouldn't you say? So here's a wild one. The CIA, in an attempt to spy on the Soviets, actually implanted microphones in cats. Yes, you heard that right. Unfortunately, the first cat was hit by a taxi right after being released. The project cost millions and, well, it failed completely. The CIA also tried using pigeons to take aerial photos and even trained dolphins for underwater missions. These too had mixed results. Now let's talk about something truly bizarre. Every year in Yoro, Honduras, fish literally fall from the sky. Scientists think that waterspouts might be to blame for this strange phenomenon, but the locals, they call it a miracle. Scientific studies have been conducted to understand this event, with some suggesting that the fish are lifted by strong winds and carried over long distances. Local legends, however, tell a different story. They believe the fish rain is a blessing from the heavens, a gift from the gods. Picture this. A vat bursts at a London brewery, releasing a whopping 1.4 million liters of beer. It was so much that it flooded the streets and tragically even killed 8 people. The cleanup was a massive effort, with people using buckets and mops to clear the beer. The brewery was heavily damaged, and the event led to stricter safety regulations. In the long term, it changed how breweries operated, making them safer for everyone. Truth really is stranger than fiction. From the dancing plague of 1518 to the Great Emu War, history is full of bizarre events. So, which one of these stories blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with your friends for more unbelievable stories every day.